Our bike ride takes place in the center of France, known as the Dordogne region, and follows the course of the Vézère River. We connected here by French rail from Toulouse, where our flight arrived. The 4-hour journey makes one connection in Agen for an hour layover before the train to LeBugue. The small town of LeBugue is where we begin our tour. LeBugue is a lovely little town beside the Vézère River. It has a very enjoyable folk park with a working windmill and artisans demonstrating skills. The river is also popular for canoeists and kayaking enthusiasts who marvel at the towering cliffs that overhang the twisting river. Billed as the Valley of Man, the Vézère Valley is home to the greatest concentration of prehistoric sites in Europe. Today's ride heads north from LeBugue to the prehistoric site of Sergeac, called the Sorcerer's Cave, then continues to Les Izzy, the location of the National Prehistoric Museum. The next stop is the reconstructed prehistoric village of LeBugue Saint-Christophe. Our destination is a hilltop above the small hamlet of Sergeac. This 33-kilometer ride is mostly on quieter roads and has several climbs. There are no dedicated bike lanes in this area. We leave LeBugue, making our way to the main road and exit the town leaving northeast. After about 2 kilometers, we turn off to a quiet road and ride until we reach the rail track. We follow alongside the rail track on a quiet road until the turnoff to Sergeac. This is our first climb of the day, but well worth it. As we arrive at the Sorcerer's Cave, we get a glimpse of the lush area and the cliff overhangs where primitive man existed thousands of years ago. The only sounds today are birds and cicadas. There's a small fee to visit the cave and see the artifacts. We then retraced our ride back down the hill. Reaching the main road, we're back beside the rail tracks. Passing through Les Izzy, we ride beneath cliffs to our left that are dotted with caves. Our second climb of the day takes us away from Les Izzy on a main highway. We referred to this as Col de la Croix Biscot. As we descend to the valley, we enter Sergeac, site of yet another prehistoric park. Wow, I've never seen so many geese. This region is noted for its foie gras, a goose liver paste that comes from geese such as these. As we ride above the banks of the Vézère, we are overshadowed by steep rock walls. Following the signs, we turn off right to visit LeBugue Saint-Christophe, one of the most spectacular archaeological sites in the world. On the approach, you are flanked by the Vézère and the towering prehistoric caves. This really is a must-see. On these cliffs, families lived their lives, watching over their livestock grazing below, along the Vézère River, and watching out for the fearsome, marauding Vikings who would periodically come to plunder. After a short climb from the parking lot, we leave Saint-Christophe on a mostly level road following the Vézère. Crossing the Vézère, for the second time today, we enter Saint-Léon-sur-Vézère on market day, and we negotiate the strolling shoppers who fill the town. We have some rolling hills through woods till we reach Tonac. We pass through, and at the roundabout, we leave the busy 706 and are on the D66. We cross over the Vézère River again for the third and final time today on a narrow stone bridge. Right after the bridge, a local road leads us towards Sergeac. We pass through the tiny little town of Sergeac, and shortly beyond, up the hill, is our lodging for tonight. Later that evening, we stroll along the Vézère and see some more prehistoric dwelling sites and a closer look at their way of life. The hike goes to Saint-Léon, looking much quieter after the market day, and is about 4 kilometers round trip from Sergeac. On the following morning, we arranged for a special guided tour of Sergeac's prehistoric museum with ancient artifacts that were collected by its curator.